Okay, so I was cleaning out my closet like a couple hours ago, and I was reminded of all the art that I have stored in that closet, like all of my old art, specifically my old art from high school. And I haven't looked at these paintings in a long minute, and so I thought I'd sit down and make a fun little video reacting to some of my old paintings, because high school is pretty much where I started to really just like paint. You know, middle school I drew a lot, and that could be a whole different video. I drew a lot of fan art. I feel like that's how it always starts, is fan art. But high school is where I really started painting and getting experimental with things, so I thought it'd be fun to react to that. In this you will see a lot of unfinished paintings, and so I thought at the end of the video, I thought I'd pick one painting at the end of this that is unfinished that I can repaint years later, because I thought it's a cool concept of like, I'm kind of painting with my younger self, because there's so many ideas that I had that I never manifested into a finished painting, and I didn't have the skills at the time to maybe put that idea to fruition. So I'm gonna do that in a whole separate video, but that will be at the end. So before I get into the reacting, if anyone's new to my art, I wanted to do a little, I'm gonna insert some of my recent paintings so you can kind of see what kind of artist I am currently. I think it's cool to see artist progression, and so I'm going to insert some of my art. I would describe my art currently as very surrealist. I am very intuitive with my painting, and I come up with ideas that I feel like others can relate to. I put myself in a lot of my paintings, but I do that with the intention of people seeing themselves in the painting and using myself as a vessel for that. I talk a lot about the digital age. I talk a lot about identity in, you know, this scary world and also this beautiful world. I just talk about my life experiences and my hopes and dreams and fears I have. It's a little look into my mind and what I feel in my soul. For anyone wondering, I am 22 years old, so high school was probably, I graduated like 6 years, 4, 5, 6 years ago? 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 5 years ago, I think, yes. Yeah, 5 years ago. So we are starting with a banger where every artist starts from, besides fan art, eyes. I would say 90% of artists paint eyes in the beginning stages. I don't know, I made this probably freshman year of high school. I think it's pretty cool. I like the shading that I did. I felt like I was getting realistic with the eye. I like the abstract background. I think that's pretty cool. Ooh, okay. So this one is a little drawing. It's not a painting of a little koi fish. I think that's cute. For me, especially koi fish, after watching Avatar: The Last Airbender with the 2 koi fish in the, oh god, like the water, okay, in the water kingdom, those 2 fish that represent duality and the yin and the yang, like, and they're kind of swimming, and then the fire lord like takes it out and it messes with the whole balance of the world and everything's red, or like, and it's just terrible. You know, you need the duality of life, and that's what I think koi fish really represent to me, is like, they're so strong. Okay, so this is something. So one thing about me in high school and also in middle school, I was a hardcore vegan. I still stand by that. I'm currently a vegetarian. I was very bitter and angry at anyone who ate meat, because I just like was, all I would consume at that time was all the videos, the factory farm videos, all the terrible things that are done to these farm animals, and it just made me very sad, honestly. So yeah, I kind of would shame people who would eat meat. Oh god, yeah, I don't regret it, because I don't regret anything that I believed in, like, but it's something where it's kind of like, you have to let people make the decision for themselves, and I realize that now. So, you know, life is about learning. I was very vocal though, I would say. But I like this painting. I think it's so true. Like, why love one but eat the other? Like, genuinely, like, because actually pigs are just as smart as dogs, if not smarter. That is just so hypocritical. It shows a lot about our society. Like, we praise and love the being that is more cute and more fluffy and more like, oh, you're so cute. And then a pig who, you know, is arguably like, could be seen as more ugly, we are like, you know, okay, you need to be eaten. Like, you don't deserve rights or anything. You don't deserve autonomy. And to live. So I think that's very hypocritical, honestly. And, you know, I'm not judging. I have learned from my mistakes. You have to make that decision yourself, but I stand by this. I really stand by this. I don't know, really, I don't remember the vision behind this. I'm guessing it was some sort of psychedelic dream I had. One thing that I used to do is I would start from the right corner and I would start just like painting. I usually would start with like grass or something, and then I would from there like think, oh, I should add blue or I should add yellow or red, and then like I would create the painting based on that, like purely intuition, like no planning whatsoever. So I'm guessing this is how this turned out, and then I thought to add this little goddess like being. This is cool, and this is something I could. Oh my god, y'all, my sister called me and that scared me so much. That really scared me. I don't know why. Oh my god. Oh my god, I hate this painting. I don't know why I kept this. I made this probably, I don't know when or how or what my vision was. It scares me. I don't know. I don't like this painting. I'll be honest. Every time I looked at it, after the minute I was done, I was like, I hate this painting. But I never went back to it. And I don't think I will. I might just like paint over it and like recycle the canvas. Because I don't know. I don't know about you guys. What do y'all think? Ooh, okay, so this one is actually, I remember being so excited about this. It was one of those moments where it was like, oh, I have this idea and it's gonna be amazing and wonderful. And this is something that actually I did end up making something very similar. I'm gonna insert the photo of the painting here. This was like probably the original idea to that painting. I wanted to do like a businessman who was very stuck in his ways and very blinded to the world, and he was blind to all of the life that was around him, just how our society doesn't value prioritizing yourself and your soul. A 9-to-5 literally crushes our souls, and it makes us not realize the beauty that is around us and the magic that is life. Because how are we alive right now? How are we alive? Like, why are we here? Like, it's just so magical to think about the existence of life, and you get very jaded by thinking about anything beyond surviving when you're in this capitalist world. You know, you feel like, oh, I just need to make money, I need to do this, because the capitalist world just will always keep you down, and this man is finally realizing that. I don't know if I'd finish this. I don't know if I like the composition, but I ended up doing something similar. So oh my god, this is something that I actually really like. I think this is really cool. I don't know why I made this. This is like a forest scene with like a little princess, or like she's like from the 1500s, I don't know, and she is frolicking in the forest. I like how I abstracted the forest. Again, purely intuition, no planning. I would add on to this. I also think that it doesn't need anything else. Like, I kind of feel like if I reworked it and made it more realistic, it would kind of lose that artistic style. So I don't know, I think it's pretty cool for that time of my life. I think it's a cool painting. Oh my god, this one, I remember being super excited about this painting. It's unfinished, obviously. I don't know what my intention was. I think I was just gonna put a bunch of faces. I couldn't tell you. It was something dark. Wanted to do like a dark painting, like a bunch of humans like smushed together. I don't really know. It's cool though. I would like to rework this. This is something that I actually really like still, but I also don't like it at the same time. It doesn't really make sense, but there was, again, no meaning behind this. It was just, I guess, to look cool and to experiment and just dreamlike state, almost like her looking in. I don't know if I'd rework it or if I would do anything with it. I don't know. It's okay. Ooh, okay. I remember loving this painting when I made it. I was like, this is it. It says, if you can't read, I want to believe. And then it says, we own you, Illuminati, with a white man and just like all these like alien like beings. There's a face here. There's like a person here. I actually don't remember the intention of this painting. I was probably in the era of Shane Dawson's conspiracy videos during this time. So I probably got a lot of inspiration from those conspiracy videos. I think the Illuminati is still real, so take that for what you will. But I like this painting. But I also don't. Well, it's just like, you know, it's just early stages, you know. But I like all of these beings. I think that's what I did best in my high school era, is create these like cool characters. That it's something that I don't really do in my art anymore because I don't know. I think art school. By the way, I'm an art school dropout. I want to get into that in a different video, but in the 2 years I went to art school, one of the main things that I learned is to really plan out your paintings and to create a composition. And one of my art teachers would always tell us how important it was to always have references for our paintings. Like, never try to draw something realistically through your mind. Like, always look at a reference. And I think that kind of tripped me up in the sense of, like, I don't use my intuition as much anymore. I still do, obviously, but like, I always, for the most part, I do references now, and that kind of makes me sad. I want to get back into it because I think it's just cool. All these little characters, I think it's cool. Ooh, this is an unfinished one that I again remember being so excited about, and I just never finished it because I think it was too complicated and I didn't have the skill set at the time to want to finish this. But it was some sort of dream that I had that I wanted to paint, and I obviously don't know the dream anymore, and I don't think I wrote it down. I vaguely remember, like, oh, that girl was in my dream and this is me. I think this was supposed to be me, but I wasn't gonna put me because at the time I wasn't painting portraits like I am now, but it was supposed to represent me. And there's like a door. This is something that I would consider reworking. I don't know how, because the composition is not where I'd like it to be. It doesn't make sense, it doesn't flow, but it'd be cool to like rework this and kind of have this person in bed that turns into an ocean, and like just this like dream-like world, like where nothing makes sense, like how it does in your dreams. That'd be pretty cool. So this is something to consider. Oh my god. What is this? I don't know what this is. I remember even in the moment, like, I was so disappointed by this because it looks like sperm or something. Like, they don't look right to me. And I remember thinking that in the moment. And then I think I gave up on it because I was like, ugh, I don't really know. I'm guessing that these are just like different demons. I think this is just kind of maybe in the moment something I needed to let out. Maybe something I saw in my dreams. I don't remember. It might have been something I saw in my dream. Maybe these characters, something like these like beings from my dreams. But if I were to rework this, I would turn them into something that doesn't look like sperm, and I would add more detail into this and make it more realistic. I think this is kind of cool. Again, the composition is not the best because it doesn't flow. I need to have like one big figure here maybe, or like, I don't know, something. But it could be pretty cool. Okay, so now we're getting into maybe this was like my junior year-ish high school where I was making stuff. I have this one, which a lot of people like this painting, and I like it too, just because I like what it represents and stuff. And I have a title for this one. All the ones before I didn't have titles for. This one is called The Universe is Inside Your Brain. I wanted to make a painting that embodies the beauty of our minds and our brains, and how there's like a whole world in there that is the gate to the universe, this consciousness that is held within our bodies, that is us. And the brain is just houses all this consciousness. We are not our brain, like our organ. We are the consciousness that functions in the brain. It's interesting too, because it's like everyone is so individual because all of our souls are different. We all have the same body makeup, we all have the same like brain and stuff, but we are also different, and that's because we are connected to the universe and it flows through us, and it is represented so differently within each person or each animal or each, I don't know, it's pretty cool. But yeah, some people really like this painting, and let me know if you like this painting. I made prints of this for a while and people really liked it. This one I actually really like. It reminds me of like a jungle scene. As you can tell, my old art was very psychedelic, and again, I could not tell you really the meaning behind any of my paintings. It really just was an experimentation. I was in such a flow state just because I didn't have to worry. Like, again, it was not even something I'd consider as a career at that time. I solely did it for myself. I just loved, like, my old style back then was like dabbing the paintbrush, like just to create these cool abstract textures. And I really like this painting. I would like to actually rework this and add even more detail to this. This is something I really would consider reworking. Oh god. This is another one that I really like. This is like a little forest scape thing. I really like this that I did, like where I like took the paint and like put it out. It looks like energy coming out from the mountains, which is pretty cool to me. I love the sun or the moon or whatever that is. And I have like a little like Lorax tree. I like this painting. I think it's cute. This is one of my paintings that I made that I really, really like still, and I think a lot of people like. This is, I don't remember what I called this. I think I just called it like the cat. Because again, there's no inherent meaning to this. I put some like UFO ladies, like ladies coming out of a UFO, and I have like a little spider man, and obviously a cat, and a little dancer dancing. There's like water, there's a tree, there's a little face in the tree, there's a cute bird. I think I started with the cat. I wanted to make a painting with a cat in it, and then I went from there. And I think it's pretty cool. It's just something that purely came off of my intuition, and I love it. And I think I'm gonna put prints of this on my website. Okay, this is a quick one. I made this. It's like a drawing and a painting at the same time. I don't know if you can see with the glare. Hopefully you can. But this one's cool. I remember like being inspired by Mac DeMarco Chamber of Reflection video. I think that's what it was, where he was like wearing a wig and was dressed as a woman, like with a bob. I think that's what it was. And so I was inspired by that because I was such in a Mac DeMarco era. I loved his music, and I still do. These next three paintings are definitely my top three paintings from high school. There's something about the way that the paintings turned out that I just love, and I will always love. They just mean something special. These three paintings are the paintings that really made me want to be an artist. So this is the first painting. This is of Ian Curtis from Joy Division. I made this like 13, 14, I think, something around 14, 15, and I just absolutely love this painting. I don't know why. Like, again, it's just like, it represents the first time that I was like, whoa, like, I actually need to explore this passion within me. I think I could actually be really good. I just love the abstractness. I was trying to get Ian's essence, and I was obsessed with Joy Division at this time, and I was trying to like capture his soul in some way. This next one I also really love. I remember I pulled an all-nighter, and I reached a deep flow state, and it's abstract, but I remember in the moment I felt like it was like this nature landscape, and I just love it. I'm obsessed with it. I want to show you more detail. Like, I love the colors. It just feels so psychedelic and so like lively to me. I don't know if it's just me, and just like I think I attach really good memories to this painting, making it. I just love it so much. It would be really cool to get back into this style. My final one, here it is. This is another like somewhat abstract one, and I am just in love with it. I made this like abstract pattern, and then I added faces onto it, like any faces that I would see. That's what I would do. I didn't say this, but I did that with all of my art throughout high school. When I told you like how everything was based on intuition, I would put down these colors, and then whatever faces I would see, I would add on, and like that's how I created these characters, basically just like things that would naturally appear. Just like how when we look at clouds, sometimes we see things, like we see a person. Our imagination makes up objects and figures from the clouds, and then I did that within my paintings, but instead I actually molded it like into an actual character, if that makes sense. But I just love all the little details. I definitely want to make prints of this one. I love this one. Okay, I'm gonna show you some of my bigger paintings. So if you don't know who these people are, hopefully there's no glare. This is Mac Miller. This is XXX Tentacion. And this is Lil Peep. And these are all people who sadly passed away far too young. Back in the day, I was completely obsessed with them, especially Lil Peep. So yeah, this was like a painting I made in high school. They made such great music, and it's just really sad the way that they passed away, and so I kind of wanted to make a tribute to them. So yeah, I think it's cool. I like the way that I drew the faces. I feel like I did a really good job. I was really trying to make sure that they looked as accurate as possible. I feel like the most accurate one was X, honestly. I think I did his face really well. I haven't really thought about this one in a while. Like, I feel like people would like prints of this. If you want prints of this, let me know, because I think it's a really cool painting, especially if you're fans of all of them. Okay, so next I have this painting. Hopefully there's no glare. I can't tell if there's a glare. Um, I really love this painting. It was, again, like completely intuition based. There's no meaning. There's no meaning besides exploring my consciousness, exploring my imagination. Specifically, what I love is this little girl, this little woman, girl, I don't know. This little person. I love her eyelashes and just like I don't know what kind of being she is, like, but I think it's really cool, like how she's just like a pet little shape. And yeah, I just remember at this time I was like, whoa, this is a breakthrough. Like, I love this painting. I was obsessed with it, and I still am. And this is something I would definitely have on my wall, and that I would definitely make prints of. So next, this is another one of my favorites from that time, just because I love the concept. I added actual trash onto it. I remember I made this in my art class, and I would just like have people like give me their trash. I would just like put it on there. Really like this painting. Like, there's like the factories, and it just kind of represents my anger towards the way that we are ruining this planet, basically, and the way that capitalism works. I think it's so fucked. And I actually just used hot glue for this, so it's like low-key like coming off. Like, that's not the best, but so I'm very delicate with this. Oh my god. Okay, so I have this one now, and this one I think it's so cute. I love this one. It's just kind of like it's the opposite of the one I just showed you. Really like this like fantasy world of all different animals. I wanted to honor these animals. So I like the way that I did the sky specifically. I love that. And this is something I would rework and like add a shit ton of detail into all these, because obviously like this is as far as my skill set would take me. Like I just kind of stopped. You know, I could definitely go into more detail in this with this now. This is the last painting I wanted to show you, and this is one that I like really love. Like I still really like it. So this is it. I think it was like me and my friends at the time, like we all were like painting, and then I made this painting. And again, it was something that I started with the eyeball and then did a bunch of shit around it, just like cool patterns. This is a very like psychedelic painting, you know, just tapping into that part of your mind and just kind of being like, whoa, like what is life? Like, this life is so cool. And seeing visions, and I don't know, just like this dreamlike world. Okay, I have all the paintings on my bed now, but that is all I'm gonna show you guys. I have so many more paintings that I could show, but for the sake of time, I'm gonna leave that for another video. I loved seeing all of my old art, and it's just a good reminder of where I came from, and like I really was reminded of how intuitive I was at that time. Like, there's a couple stories that I told you guys about that I could remember about why I made the painting, but for most of the paintings, like, it was genuinely just pure curiosity. When I think that nowadays I kind of get very stuck up on the concept. I think a lot about the concept and how the composition looks, and do I have references for everything. I always like create a reference in Procreate, and I take like images and I make sure I have references for everything. And so now I'm like wondering, like, I feel like I want to incorporate back that intuitive style that I had, because I always end up being intuitive in my paintings no matter what. Like, I always end up changing the plan. It would be cool to make a painting like using my old method, where I just like start from the corner and I like make my way out. I don't even know what I'm gonna paint. Before I go, I wanted to take one of my unfinished paintings and rework it and kind of paint it, finish it basically. I was like looking at all the paintings, and honestly, I, for the life of me at this moment, cannot figure out which one to pick. I have 3 choices here of unfinished paintings. You'll just have to see when the time comes which painting I end up choosing, because I'm going to make a whole video on it. This one to be easy because it's already so beautiful, but part of me is like, maybe it doesn't need to be finished. Maybe it just is how it is. But I think it'd be really cool to add a shit ton more details and to make it really, really cool, and add like little animals or something. Possibility number 1. We'll see. Option 2 is this little dreamscape painting. I could not tell you any ideas I would have for this. I would have to really think about it. It would be a fun challenge. I think the composition lacks a lot in this, and that is ultimately why I probably ended up not finishing it, because it was just too complicated, and I don't know. And I wish I had the dream. I wish I knew what the dream was, but I think it'd be cool to recreate how it feels to be in your dreams, where nothing makes sense. And so in a way, like, the composition not making sense makes sense because it's like a recreation of a dream. This is definitely a contender. It would require a lot more planning and a lot more effort, but it could be cool. The last option is this painting. Again, I don't remember the idea of why I wanted to make this painting, but it could be cool to like just make a painting with a shit ton of faces, and maybe I can come up with some concept for that, because I really like having a message or a meaning behind my paintings now. Like, if I can think of a concept that would be really cool with this, that is something I would consider. Maybe you guys in the comments, if you're watching all this way, you can let me know which one you think I should finish for a video. So that's it for this video. If you like this, make sure to give this video a like. It helps out my channel so much. And subscribe. And also, again, if you want a print of my art, if you are interested in art prints, I have them on my website below in the description. And yeah, so that's it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.